Hi! In this video I want to show you everything about our new feature, Guided Shopping. With Guided Shopping you've got the opportunity to present a shopping event designed by you to selected customers. In this case it doesn't matter if you want to interact with your customers in real time or you want to give your customers the opportunity to navigate independently through the shopping event. First of all, I need to give you the information that to use Guided Shopping, you definitely need a daily.co account, so an API key, and a configured Mercure service. You need these two services to set up your Guided Shopping feature. You can find detailed information about that in our developer documentations. So after your developer or administrator has set up the services, you can find the extension or the configuration to the extension in My Extensions. Then you can press on Configure, and then you will be guided into the configuration about the Guided Shopping feature. First of all, you start with selecting a sales channel. You can choose a specific one or you can leave it at all sales channels. Then all the settings are dedicated to, obviously all sales channels. Then we've got the video section. In the video section, you've got the API base URL. The API base URL is a URL provided by an external video service provider, and the API key, corresponding API key for the URL. Then we've got the presentation section. In this section you add the layouts you've defined. You can add these in the shopping experiences area and set them up here accordingly. These layouts can then be used by default for presentations. After that we've got the guide section. This feature enables guides to perform actions for the customer. For example, add to cart. So you can, as a guide, you can add a product to the cart from the customer. Then we've got the section appointments. In this row or in this section, you specify after how many hours the appointment will end, if there is no more interaction. And here you select the domain for Guided Shopping. You can find more details about this in our developer documentation as well. And last but not least, we've got the Mercure section. Here you find all your details according to the Mercure Hub public URL or the subscriber secret, and your settings to your Mercure account. But now let's start with the actual presentations and appointments. So to get in the normal Guided Shopping view, go under Marketing and then Guided Shopping. Here you've got the possibility to go straight to your presentations or to your appointments. But I will start with adding a new presentation together with you. So I've already created a presentation. You just do it as usual over New Presentation, and then you will get to this mask. First of all, you start by giving the presentation a name and activating or deactivating your presentation. At this point, I should say that you need to press save after editing or entering a name for your presentation. After pressing on save, you will then get access to the editing module. And the editing module is divided into 3 sections. The first section is this one, information. The second section is the layout section. Here you can configure how the presentation should be displayed, and then you've got the appointments area. After you've created a presentation, you will get the settings for the event here. So let's start with the layout area. in the layout area, yeah, you could start with creating a new layout. This button takes you directly to the designer of the shopping experiences. So if we press here, we will get to this page, where we then have to decide, okay, I want to assign a landing page or a product page or a listing page. But I won't go into detail about the creation of the layout types. We've got a specific video for the layout types and the shopping experiences in our knowledge channel, so I will skip this. Let's go back to our editor, and yeah, as I mentioned, you can create a new layout here, or you could also insert an existing layout. So if you press this button, you will be then guided to the shopping experiences overview, and there you can select a layout, or you can also select multiple layouts. For this video, I already created some pages, for example, the landing page, the product page, and the listing page. So this will be my presentation for this video, just as an example. And up here, you've got the preview presentation. So if you just want to have a look at your presentation, how it looks at that point, you can press this link, and then you will be guided to another tab. And yeah, just skip through your presentation to have a look at it. So you don't have to open every single page here. I'll just click on here, and then you get guided to your presentation where you can then skip through it. So just use the preview presentation as a quick view, for example. Back in the editor, you can also overwrite or edit your single pages. So you can do this by clicking on this button here with the pen on it, or you could swap the tab and go to the layout section. So if we just press here, the layout tab opens, or you directly are guided to the layout tab, where you can then edit your landing page or listing page, whatever you just choose for the layout. So in the layout section, you start by selecting the layout for this page. So we've got the start video layout. We'll leave it at this. And then you've got the layout section. In our case, obviously, I've still got the default layout here. This would be this text then. Yeah, so this is the section where you then could edit your layout. Don't forget to save, and you can then go back to the general editor. You can do this with every single page, so you don't have to go into the shopping experiences and edit the things you want to edit there. Just click on the overwrite content button, and then you can edit the pages there. Here at the bottom, we've got the appointment area. As soon as you have created a presentation by pressing the save button, for the first time, it will automatically appear as a non-guided presentation or appointment in the bottom area here. We've got a guided appointment here because I, just like I mentioned, already created a presentation and I set it up for this video. So normally you will get a non-guided appointment when you press save here. The last thing you should know would be the selection of the products. You see I've got the product page and a listing page in my presentation, and here the links to the selection for the products would open. Also here we've got for my listing page I've got a dynamic product group, so here you can choose either your dynamic product group or a manual selection. This would look like this then, and here you can just assign your products then. The same here, you've got the manual product selection. Just open the drop down menu and select your products. So this was everything about the presentation area. Now we go to the appointment area. In general, you can create a new appointment when creating a presentation or over this appointment menu. You need to know that we distinguish between two types of appointments. A non-guided appointment is generated by default when creating a presentation, as already mentioned. With a non-guided appointment, the customer can navigate through the presentation on their own. So with a guided appointment, the customer is guided through the presentation in real time. And now I will show you where you can view all appointments at a glance and what the differences are between creating a non-guided and a guided appointment. So for this, click on New Appointment. Start by entering a name. I'll just call it test 2. Just set it as a default. It will be active, but you can deactivate it here. The presentation, here in this section you have to select your presentation. I'll just take our presentation video. Here with the mode, you can select if you want to have a guided presentation or an unguided presentation. I will leave it as a guided presentation, so I will show you how it looks like for the customer if he attends to an appointment in the storefront or over the link. So I'll leave it with guided. Here you have to, with the guide, you have to select who will be the guide. In our case it's the admin test. Then we've got the access area. We can select the accessible or the appointment. So I'll just use our date today and set it to 2 o'clock. Here you just select your domain. I'll leave it with this one because this is our default domain. We've got the custom path. With the custom path, you can enter an individual suffix and overwrite the actually generated participant and guide link. Then we've got the attendee link. This is automatically generated and can be copied directly if needed. So just click here if you want to copy it. And this is the link for the guide. At the bottom we've got the attendees. Just choose if you want to enable the video or not. And this is the button for muting the attendees whilst starting the presentation. And you've got the opportunity to select if you want to have an individual selection or a rule-based selection, and the public selection, so everybody or everyone can participate in this appointment. With the rule-based selection, just have a look at our rule builder video in our knowledge channel, so you'll get to know everything about the rule builder, and there you can create a rule for the guided shopping as well. So these were the points for the appointment settings. You've got the same settings if you create an appointment through the presentation area. I would now like to show you the features that guided shopping brings with it in the live view. I will start with the view of the guide. At the beginning, I open the link for the guide that I find in my appointment area. And then obviously I type it into my browser and open the window with the presentation. Here I can start the appointment over the dashboard on the right side. So this is this button here. With the red button here, End Appointment, you will notice that the appointment started. In the customer view, it looks like it looks for the guides, but without the dashboard on the right hand side. But I'll show you that in 1 or 2 minutes. So the presentation starts with my start page. On the top right, I see a bar with the respective pages of my presentation. Here I can navigate with the drop-down menu or with the arrows. Within the presentation, so detached from my layout pages, I can highlight parts of my presentation at any point. This is the highlight button. Or I can bring my customer to me. This is this Get User. That means I drag or focus the view of the customer to the place I select. In this case, it would be our start section here. If I now go to the next page, I land on the product detail page I created. There I had selected a specific product, which is now displayed here. This is the main product 11 in our case. Within my dashboard, I now see some new sections. So let's start with the first one of the list. Notes. If you have created notes in the shopping experiences, you can find them here. Then we've got the cart insights. In the drop-down, you will find information on whether the customer has already added products to the shopping cart. These would be listed here then. Then we've got the customer insights. In this area, all current customers are listed. Here you'll see my test customer because I already opened the link for the attendee. You can see in detail whether the respective customer has his microphone or video on or off, or whether he has liked or disliked products, as well as the number or value of his shopping cart. Then we've got product insights. Here I can see, obviously the details of my product here. And I've got the product variants. If it is a variant product. With cross-selling, all the cross-selling products would be listed here then. To show the last two functions, so instant listing and guide product list, I will switch to the next page of my presentation because the functions are available on every layout. On the next page, I come to my created listing page. With the products of the listing page, I have again the possibility to highlight the products or to pull or get my attendees or attendee, the user, to this kind of specific product. Keep in mind that you can only get users if it's a one-to-one session. So it's not possible when you've got 2 or more attendees. But on a listing page or with a listing page, you've got the possibility to save products or add products to your guide product list, or you can go to the product detail page. So if I store, or when I store, save a product to my guide product list, let's say because within the presentation there were some questions about a product that came up, and I want to answer the questions at the end of my appointment. So I could just save the product and add it to my guide product list and carry on with my presentation. So at the end of my appointment, I could then just go to my guide product list and talk to my attendees about these saved products. So if I just save another one, you will see all the saved products or stored products for the guide product list appear beneath this drop-down menu. I've also got the possibility to search for specific products in the search function, or I could just filter products from my product list. These are products from my whole product database, so I could also add products that are not within my presentation. But within the instant list, I also have another option. When I click on the drop-down menu Instant Listing, I can let listings be displayed in my overview here. So I've selected my products as a listing, and I'm able to see every product from my products as a list. I can also select products here which then appear on the right side. So for example, I want to create another list because my attendees had some wishes or wanted to see some kind of product lists. I can select specific products here and save them as a list. So this list will be then listed as another page to my presentation. So if I selected products here, I can say create new listing at slide 4. So a new page would be added. Or I can say create new listing as at slide 4 and go to the new slide. So if I just click here, I will be directly guided to another page or a new page of my presentation with all the selected products from my list. So this is really cool if your customers, for example, want to see some kind of group of products or have some questions about some kind of manufacturer, for example. So this is the overview of the new list then. Obviously you can get your user again, you can highlight products, you can remove, you can't save it anymore because this is already a created list, so you could just only remove your product from this list, or as usual just go to your product detail page. One more thing, if you go into the list, also see if customers have liked or disliked products. So you could even select products with likes or dislikes to add them as a new page. Finally, as a guide, I can add products to the customer's shopping cart by selecting the relevant customer and then clicking on the cart button down here. And now at this point, I would like to briefly show the view of the customer. Apart from the fact that the dashboard is missing, everything looks the same. In the guided guides, I am always on the page of the guide. Here I can only scroll up and down, like or dislike articles or products, and add them to my shopping cart or like entire lists. As soon as the meeting is over, I will see the saved layout. In our case, it's the default end layout. So just click on end appointment, and then the default end layout page appears. It's just an end, or it's just an default layout, so obviously you can select a customized one. That's it for the guided shopping video. One more thing though. The unguided mode is not much different from the guided mode, except that the customer can go through the presentation individually at any time and without interruptions.